Alright, hey guys, this is actually a video response to a video that JandDreptiles just did on some very basic genetics info. And Jeremy, I'm not saying you're wrong with what you were saying. I just wanted to add something to kind of clarify a little bit. Alright, so you did an example of a cinnamon times a pastel for codominant breeding. And this works for pretty much any breedings. So in my chart, I'm going to use P equals pastel, A equals normal, C equals cinnamon. As codominant genes are a combination of the codominant gene plus the normal. And because they're codominant, they both express. So, like, you know, if you have something, an animal that's a pastel, alright, so a pastel is going to be a P and an A. Cinnamon's going to be a C and an A. That's a cinnamon and a normal, pastel, normal. Those genes are working together, and you express, you know, the pastel, visual cinnamon. So let's say, like you were saying, you breed a pastel to a cinnamon, and then you get your offspring. Now, you were saying percentage, or you were saying like a 1 out of 4, you know, let's say you look at this, you were saying, the way you were saying it was 1 out of 4 would be a cinnamon and a pastel, so that would be a pewter. And then you've got your cinnamon and normal, so that's a cinnamon. Pastel and normal gene, which is a pastel, and then your two normals. The way you were saying it is the way you were making it sound is statistically, let's say you get 4 eggs. That should be what you get. You know, you do your breeding, you get 4 eggs, this should be what you get. That's not entirely true. What this stands for is percentages of a chance of getting the animal per egg. So let's say, if you look at it this way, alright, let's say you get, oh, hold on 1 second, my oven's beeping, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about the interruption, guys, I was cooking dinner because my girlfriend's on her way home from work. Anyway, what I was saying, it's percentages. So, if you look at this, yeah, 1 out of 4 will equal a pastel, or a pewter. 1 out of 4 cinnamon. 1 out of 4 is going to equal pastel, and 1 out of 4 is going to equal normal. But that's percentages. So what it is per egg, you have a 25% chance of a pewter, 25% chance of a cinnamon. Alright, 25% chance of a pastel, and a 25% chance of a normal. Now that's per egg. As an example, last season I did a cinnamon to a pastel breeding. I got 5 eggs. Now, technically I should have gotten, you know, if you go by the 1 out of 4 rule, which isn't correct, it should have been 1 pewter, 1 cinnamon, 1 pastel, 1 normal, and then whatever the extra would be. I actually got 4 pewters and a cinnamon, because you have a 25% chance per egg of that being the animal, you know, that expresses the genes, whatever. Numbers only come into play because the larger your clutch is, the more of a chance you have of getting, let's say, the pewter. So let's say, you know, you could have 1 egg, and you could get any of these 4 combos. But if you have 7 eggs, or 10 eggs, you have a higher chance of getting, let's say you want the pewter. Alright? If you have 10 eggs, you have a higher chance of getting a pewter, or more than 1 pewter. So it's not really, there's no definitive 1 out of 4 rule, it's a percentage game. And that's when you just hope the odds gods are in your favor. As we call, you know, on King Snake they call them the ball python gods. But, yeah. So, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for the video, Jeremy. You know, I watch your videos a lot, and awesome videos. Keep up the good work. But I just wanted to clarify that for people if they were just getting into the genetics, that it's not a strict, you know, 1 out of 4 will be this. It's a percentage game, it's an odds game, it's a gamble. You know, like I said, you can get 1 egg, you could get the pewter. You can get 1 egg, you could get the cinnamon. You know, the pastel, the normal. It's all an odds game. Obviously, there's ways of upping your percentages, or your odds of getting something. Like if you breed a super pastel to a super pastel, you know, it has, each animal can only give the pastel gene, so all your babies are going to be super pastels. That's 100% chance of super pastels. But, yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to add that. Thanks. Out.